Welcome to Garrett Comp Sci. This is CS Principles, Unit 3, Lesson 4, The Need for Programming Languages. As a warm-up, try to think of 3 different reasons you would call a set of instructions bad. Well, perhaps they don't accomplish what they're meant to accomplish, even if you follow them as intended. Perhaps they're poorly worded or ungrammatical. They don't follow the standard rules of the natural language, like English, and so they're hard to understand and therefore hard to follow. Or perhaps they're too vague, not specific or precise enough, and so maybe there are multiple possible ways of interpreting each instruction. All of these are reasons that instructions might be hard to follow and therefore bad. And they lead us to notice some of the weaknesses of using natural language, like English, to express instructions for how to do something to another person, or perhaps a computer. The activity here is a little hands-on activity with a pen or pencil, a sheet of paper, and a small set of Legos or other blocks. Step 1 is to design a Lego design with 5 to 10 pieces all connected together. Step 2, take a picture of your design or draw a picture. And the color of each block in the design matters. Step 3, try to write instructions that are precise and clear for how to build your design. And you can't use drawings or diagrams or pictures, just words. Then trade your blocks, all taken apart, and your instructions with another group. And you can take theirs as well. And each group will try to rebuild the design following the instructions. And then once both teams are ready, you can compare what they built to what the other team recorded via the photo or drawing. And if time allows, repeat the process. So as a wrap-up, what are some things that went wrong? Well, you probably noticed some of the problems we mentioned before. Some of the instructions were hard to understand, or perhaps they could be interpreted in various ways, and so you kind of had to make your best guess of what was supposed to actually be done. Or perhaps you did exactly what they put down, and they just didn't put down very good instructions. And so when you follow what they say exactly, it doesn't actually end up with what they intended for it to end up with. So all of these are leading us to notice how hard it is to use natural language to express very specific instructions. And we also know that human brains can read into things and make, pretty good guesses about what was intended, even if the precise wording wasn't all that great. But computers don't work that way. They need very specific instructions in order to carry them out. So if we were going to redesign human language to be really good for giving clear instructions to people or perhaps even to a computer, what types of changes would we need to make? Well, one problem with natural language is that some words or phrases can be interpreted in multiple ways. Just think about a dictionary entry for any boring word. The word often has multiple entries, multiple numbered definitions that are all correct options for what that word means. In a programming language, or a more precise version of human language, you would need to say this word exactly means this thing and define it very well. And maybe you would need symbols to help that also have very specific meanings. And you'd need some very specific rules for how to arrange those words and symbols to accomplish a certain instruction. And that's what programming languages do for us. They're very well-defined sets of words and symbols that, when placed in an order that follow the rules, can tell computers how to carry out a task. And so that's why we need programming languages, to overcome some of these shortfalls of natural language. And that's all for this lesson. I'll see you here in the next lesson. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks and goodbye.